Well, let's start a quick tour of the bus on the outside. This is the front of the bus. One of the first things you'll notice is we have a problem with this windshield. Somebody shot a bullet through it, and it's going to have to be replaced. However, this particular windshield is unobtainium. They don't make them anymore. You can only find one on another PD4501, maybe in a junkyard somewhere, where you have to have one custom made. This is going to be expensive to replace. You'll also notice we have some rust issues along the top of the bus and along the bottom of the bus and all the different light surrounds. Speaking of light surrounds, you'll see that the previous owner has installed CB antennas, but he's made some holes and has mounted them really crummy. So we're going to have to change the way these antennas are mounted. Probably move to ham radio instead of CB radio, or maybe have both inside the bus anyway. The good part, windshield wipers are air driven and they work just fine. Turn signals work just fine. Headlights work when they want to, so we'll have to trace down some electrical issues and see if we can fix that. Oh, and we're missing the emblem here. We may do something creative and Claus related there. All right, that's the front of the bus. Let's go around to the side. So here we are on the passenger side of the bus. I'll start at the very back with the Art Deco marker light. We still have the original marker light, which is really cool. We can see the previous owner removed some windows, put up some siding. He did it very poorly. They leak really bad, so we're going to have to fix all of this when we do it. We have the two 8D batteries that came with it. Both of them work great. We just had to desulfate them, and then they came back to life and everything's working really good, so we'll keep those. We have tire problems. We have completely flat tires. We have very old tires. All these tires are old enough that they're all going to have to be replaced before it goes on the road. Next, we have two very large storage bays that go all the way through the bus. Lots of room in there. Right now inside we just have spare parts. We have the windows that were taken out in there, and we have some other parts from the motor that is currently pieces while I'm working on different things on the motor. We have another storage area where the air conditioning used to be. That's going to be cleaned out, and we're going to use that for storage as well. So we'll have an additional compartment here. Finally, we have the front door. The front door needs to be sealed. All the seals are gone. It's pretty rusty, so it's going to take a lot of work to get this happy, but we'll get that all put together and we'll have a great RV. Here we have the passenger side of the bus, where we have the Art Deco marker light on the rear. On the front of the bus, however, it's missing. I did get an extra one with the bus, so we'll be putting the marker light back up on the bus. These buses also have something known as a D window on the front. The D window on this side is broken out and will need to be replaced. They're also very hard to find, so we'll see if we can find another D window for the front, or if we're going to have one of those made as well. We have several issues with the aluminum siding. You can see that there's holes actually in the aluminum siding where different pieces are mounted to it. So we're going to have to resolve those issues, replace some of this grill work on the side of the bus. Obviously we're going to have some paint done. We have a window that's been replaced by siding that is not sealed well, so it leaks, so we're going to have to deal with this issue as well. Lots to do on the passenger side of the bus. So here we are at the back of the bus. What we have here is an 8V71 Detroit diesel. She starts and runs just fine. The bus airs up real nice. It only has first and second gear at the moment. It doesn't do reverse or third or fourth gears. So that's something we need to work on. You'll also see that I had to replace a solenoid that was not good. It had been replaced by something off a farm tractor, I'm told, and when I went to replace it, the wires weren't long enough. So I've purchased the right gauge and style wires, and we'll be replacing that with the correct item and putting it back where it belongs. So one of the unique things about this bus is it still has the original aluminum bumper. Most of them were replaced with steel bumpers quite a few years ago, so that's really cool. We also have the original taillights. We've got some rust issues on the surround rings, but it's really neat to have the original taillights that haven't been updated to something more modern. We also have the original window in the back, which looks to be in really good shape, so we're going to be keeping the original window as well. Well, and here we are on the interior of the bus. I'm not going to be able to show you a whole lot of the interior because we really don't have the right equipment to do this. So everything's kind of close for the camera that we have. But I'll go ahead and tell you that the wiring needs a lot of work. I'll put some pictures up so you can see what that looks like. We have no driver's seat. The interior is covered in this wood paneling that the gentleman did not do good insulation and did not attach this properly, so all this has got to come off. We've got a center aisle here that is going to have to be leveled out, which is going to create a whole lot of work for us. All of this wood needs to be replaced because it's all gotten wet, so it's pretty ugly. If I step back a little bit out of the way, you can see that there is no aisle on the second half of the bus here, which there normally would be, but the previous owner went ahead and lowered the floor here. So that's one good thing, but we're going to have to take out that wood that he put in and replace it. There's copper piping for all of the plumbing, which has got to come out. Copper piping does not work well in buses. It'll be replaced by PEX. There's also electrical that was done with Romex, which is, again, the wrong thing to use in a bus, so that all has to come out. We'll have to redo all that. There's a bathtub back there that's going to come out. Whole lot of things to be done on the inside, but we'll do more videos on that as the time comes, and I'm going to step forward because that wasp doesn't like me.